Hello and welcome to another edition of TV1 News. I'm Maricela Kelaton. In this edition, NAC signs MOU with Nadab Development Corporation, 250 million kina for PNG's Red Plus strategy, and stakes high in Digicel ExxonMobil Cup round 12. Women and girls between the ages of 15 to 44 are encouraged to take tetanus vaccination to help prevent the spread of tetanus in Papua New Guinea. Pregnant and breastfeeding mothers are also encouraged to get vaccinated. The media campaign on maternal and neonatal tetanus elimination was recently launched in partnership with NCD Provincial Health Authority, City Pharmacy Limited, and the National Department of Health. Women and girls are encouraged to visit their nearest health facility or attend to clinics conducted by mobile teams to get the free tetanus shot. NDOH Acting Executive Manager for Population Health and Health Communities, Dr. Luti Amos, said that tetanus is a disease that affects mothers and young girls through injuries. Tetanus, also known as lockjaw, is a serious bacterial infection that affects the nervous system, causing painful muscle spasms and rigidity. Vagi Frank, a singer and gospel music composer from Pari Village, is known for the many popular gospel songs sung in Motu, one being the infamous Tanobada, now sung in across Christian denominations around the country. Frank continues to work on more songs that could be sung in other languages of the country for the purpose of spreading the word of God.
Vagi Frank, a young father of 5 from Pari Village in the nation's capital, began singing at a very young age. His desire to compose and sing gospel songs increased as he continued to follow his uncle, a church pastor, and his ministry in Alepa village of Rigo District, Central Province. Frank began writing gospel songs in Motu by translating gospel songs in English and Tok Pisin into Motu so that his people could understand the songs and their teachings better.
When I was at Malmalun College, that was in 2003. I was attending at college and I got inspired by the lecturers. They were like talking about how to relate God's message to other people. But in that time, because I was a singer, I was a worship leader also, I was now thinking to compose songs into Motu language, because that's the only way to get my people knowing God.
More than 2 decades later, and Vagi has composed over 100 songs. However, one that has reached far past the shores of Papua New Guinea is the song Tanobada, which was released in 2011.
Like for other songs that I've translated and composed, they only they are only sang in the Motuan villages and also others in our other provinces, but not as far as going overseas. The song that I've composed has reached the worldwide is Tanobada, and this Tanobada is sang by a lot of people who had been inspired by this song, like even it went as far as Russia, America.
Tanobada has covers all over the world, and he shared that he has plans to have the song sung in different languages so more people can sing it as well.
Being sing the Tanobada song that it has already been reached out to other nations. It sort of gave me a desire to write that song, the same song, into other languages. The languages I've taken is the Fiji language and English, Philippines, and also Africa. Yeah, and then the song I've already translated into those languages, and like I've said, we are trying to get into the studio, but
Vagi's plan now is to release his Pari Gospel album and have some of his songs released. Jasmine Rojak, TV1 News.
Meanwhile, Frank is working towards releasing his Motu Koita album this September. He said the message behind it has a powerful meaning for the Motu Koita people and speaks about a better tomorrow for them.
Motu Koita album, I've got my purposes and purposes of that album. It's all about touching Motu Koita people's life. I'm now seeing this in when I was when I was growing up in the Motu Koita Motu Koita villages. Like we have been slaves in our own place, own villages. Like we're supposed to be rising up and telling other people that this is our land. This is our land, Motu Koita. Nobody owns it. That's the purpose of the album. Like to tell the Motu Koitas that we still have changes. It's not late.
Truka Industries Limited is once again standing behind one of Papua New Guinea's most iconic cultural events, the National Mask and Wargira Festival. In a check presentation today, Truka Industries announced a 10,000 kina sponsorship for the 28th National Mask Festival, set to be held from July 9th to 14th at George Brown Secondary School in the Gazelle district of East New Britain. This is the 8th year the company has supported the festival, which brings together traditional dance groups, performers and artisans to celebrate PNG's rich cultural heritage. Organizers say the event is expected to attract hundreds of visitors and will boost tourism, cultural pride and community engagement. The National Airports Corporation and the Morobe Provincial Government, through its commercial arm, Nadab Development Corporation Limited, have signed a Memorandum of Understanding on Thursday, June 26, to collaborate in establishing infrastructure and public service delivery at Nadab Tomodachi International Airport.
Morobe Governor Luta Wenge and the National Airports Corporation Acting Managing Director Dominic Kaumu signed the MOU for infrastructure and public service delivery at Nadab on Thursday, 26 June 2025 at Nadab Tomodachi International Airport. The provincial government is committed 4 million kina in its 2024 budget to support any initiatives from this MOU. Both parties pledged to work within NAC's Nadab Airport Master Plan and regulatory frameworks to ensure safety, viability, and shared development. Under the MOU, both parties have come to an understanding to identify land within the Nadab aerodrome for the development of a police station, health facilities, and an ambulance bay to improve safety and emergency response capacity, facilitate the construction of an office complex, transit lodge or hotel, and participate in NAC's proposed aviation academy as part of the airport precinct. Mr. Kaumu said the NAC has been driving strategic partnerships and inclusive development initiatives that align national infrastructure with the needs of the province and the Nadab community.
Particular signing today is an important occasion. It's an important agreement that we're signing with the Morobe provincial government. You may come in the house with the Morobe. So when I want something, we must sign an agreement with them. So we have Mas Governor, the team is here. We sign this agreement to lay the foundation to what we can do moving forward.
Shalom Amua, Chief Executive Officer of NDC, noted the significance of the MOU, stating it enables the establishment of much-needed facilities such as police and health services, which are important to support Nadab's role as an international airport.
MOU sinana bibla luglug lo infrastructure lo facilitate hospital imas gatom la emergency ward facility where can cater lo suppose sigan incident lo airport. So improve him gapsong ke health center. So siya kind of thinking when bibla luglug also narabla infrastructure when bibla luglug lemem police station.
Following the signing of the MOU, the parties have committed to forming a joint working group to progress discussions. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
This is TVWAN News. After the break, 250 million kina approved for PNG's climate change RED Plus strategy. Stay tuned. Welcome back. A terminated police officer was recently arraigned by the Waigani District Court. He was charged with possession of a pistol and ammunition while not being a holder, stealing and threatening to kill a Hanuabada market vendor who is also the complainant in the case. Police allege that on the 20th of June 2025, 32-year-old Joshua Yawija from Southern Highlands Province was under the influence of liquor, allegedly started an argument with the complainant over a cigarette. According to the police report, the defendant allegedly asked the complainant for a smoke but then refused it when the complainant handed it to him. It is alleged Yawija proceeded to remove a pistol from his waist bag and threatened to kill the complainant. He then fired a shot at the complainant's feet but missed. Yawija allegedly left with all the cigarettes from the complainant's market table worth 30 kina. Presiding Magistrate Tracy Ganai read out Yawija's charges and adjourned the matter to July 16, 2025 for a pre-trial conference because the defendant pled not guilty to the offense. Students and community of Papa Village in Central Province received a major boost in education infrastructure today. New Power Limited delivered a fully equipped library at the Papa Preparatory Primary and Junior High School, which were opened today. The infrastructure brings new learning opportunities to more than 800 students.
Classroom library opened today at Papa School. It is more than just a building, it's a symbol of corporate partnership, educational opportunity, and community empowerment. The facility includes solar-powered electricity, 4 9,000-litre water tanks, hand-washing stations, and an additional cemented learning space under the structure.
This is incredible. This is a very top state-of-the-art, top-of-the-range library facility in the district. We're really grateful to partner with New Power, and a major announcement also made for our next project jointly will be Boira and Purbata in 2027. So it's we're working hard to make education as a foundational policy, and they subscribe to the thinking and the plans of the district. So that's really encouraging, and kicking goals here with the corporate citizens in the district is a plus.
The school caters to over 800 students from preparatory to junior high school, many of whom now have access to proper learning materials for the first time.
At New Power, we believe that education is the foundation of a brighter future. That's what our members shared with us this morning, and then we want to echo that. And that's why we're proud to support initiatives that empower young people and strengthen our communities.
The local leadership was present and praised the initiative, highlighting the impact such infrastructure has on both students and teachers.
Today marks a really big milestone for my people, especially with the opening of this library, which I'm proudly blessed to hear that one of the best libraries in heavy quarry.
Because of this library, it's gonna help us develop reading skills, writing, and we could really develop really well from this library.
Reading improves our vocabulary, and this library can help improve our reading skills and help our vocabulary.
This library is just one of several initiatives by New Power this year, including youth sports programs, water projects, and education sponsorships across 5 Central Province villages. And in further support of education, Kirikoyari MP Keith Iduhu announced a 50,000 kina funding commitment to the school towards purchase of library books, ensuring the momentum continues. The funds will be paid direct to New Power to procure the books that is needed for the facility. Carol Kido Jr., TV1 News.
During the official launch of the new library at Papa Preparatory Primary and Junior High School, corporate support of 25,000 kina from Wärtsilä PNG, a global leader in innovative technologies and life cycle solutions for the marine and energy market, reached new heights. Their contribution adds to New Power's ongoing infrastructure support.
Outside the boundary, and on all community activities, like this is not the first time. We also involved in blood donation camp and medical camp. Last year we did in Papa village. Successfully more than 300 beneficiaries benefited out of that, and that was a very successful medical camp we did. And like that, a lot of community services and activities we do together with New Power. We do small, but we want to join and partner with New Power and taking care of all 5 villages, nearby to the power plant. So this is one of the community service we like to do, and I wish all the best to students and teachers and then parents of Papa village. Thank you.
Australia and Morobe Provincial Administration partners are set to deliver desk and clean water to 8,000 elementary students in Morobe Province. As part of this collaborative initiative, 930 new desks were handed over to the Morobe Provincial Administration on Monday, June 30, at the Peter Torot Elementary School in Lae by Australian Consul General Brenton Kanowski. 90 rainwater tanks were also installed, providing more reliable access to safer drinking water and better learning conditions for students and teachers. At the heart of this water security project is a focus on strengthening governance and fostering partnerships. This partnership between Australia and Morobe Province illustrates how collaborative efforts can transform communities and help build a stronger, healthier, and a more resilient future for Papua New Guineans. The Board of Green Climate Fund, in its 42nd meeting in Port Moresby this week, approved 258 million kina to support Papua New Guinea's National Red Plus Strategy 2017 to 2027, with the aim to address deforestation and drive sustainable forest management in the country. This makes PNG the 9th single nation in the world to access GCF's results-based payment. Prime Minister James Morobe welcomed this announcement, highlighting the role of PNG's forest in cleaning up the carbon pollution of the world.
The green climate funding of 258 million kina to support Papua New Guinea's National Red Plus Strategy 2017 to 2027 will be managed by the UN Food and Agriculture Organization on behalf of PNG. The project aims to protect PNG's vast rainforest ecosystems, promote sustainable livelihoods for customary landowners, and combat climate change by reducing deforestation and forest degradation. Prime Minister James Morobe, in welcoming this landmark funding, reiterated on PNG's negative carbon footprint and highlighted the role of PNG forests.
The conversation has been simple. You want us to save our forest? Someone needs to pay for us saving our forest. We are cleaning up the carbon pollutions of the world. We're contributing in cleaning up Papua New Guinea and all forest nations.
With funding now secure to drive the Red Plus program, the Prime Minister called on Papua New Guineans to preserve forests and earn money from them through this funding.
We stand, and I'm going to COP later this year, COP 30, to advocate for all of our forest resource owners that you can save money, or you can earn money from saving your forest. Instead of cutting DY, one block DY go down, and throwing DY for next 60 years to any. We're looking for people who could pay for us every year to just save the tree. And that money that they will announce today is about saving the trees and paying for those resource owners who want to save the trees.
According to the Climate Change and Development Authority, the funds will drive sustainable forest management and community-led climate action across 6 provinces. There is Sepik, West Sepik, Western, Kala, Chimbu, and West New Britain provinces. These provinces were chosen based on their proven record in reducing emissions, the value of their forests beyond carbon, and their higher risk of deforestation and forest degradation due to population density. PNG remains one of the few carbon-negative countries in the world. This funding ensures this status is protected for not just Papua New Guineans, but the planet as a whole. Ruth Rongola, TV1 News.
The Secretariat of the Green Climate Fund, following the high-level board meeting that facilitated approval for funding for the protection of Papua New Guinea's forest this week, today visited the country's first established national park, Varirata. This week, the Green Climate Fund approved projects worth more than $300 million that will protect forests in Papua New Guinea, promote sustainable fisheries in St. Lucia, and help grow Africa's Great Green Wall. The initiatives, designed by the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, were green-lighted at the 42nd meeting of the GCF board held in Port Moresby this week from June 30 to July 3rd. It represents the highest value batch of such approvals to date.
We had a very successful board meeting, quite historic. I think, as I said, it will be in the history of the Green Climate Fund, not just because we actually approved a very significant project for Papua New Guinea, RED Plus project, that we hope to be able to see the results of in the near future.
How our environmental challenges are interlinked, because obviously the preservation of these forests are so important both for the biodiversity and for the climate.
Supporting RED Plus really shows that connection and the synergies between the different funds and working with countries, and that real impact it can have not only on the conservation of this treasured nature and biodiversity, but also the links back to community.
For Papua New Guinea, the FAO has supported the country to design a high-impact climate project within the framework of GCF's pilot program for results-based payments that will direct investments worth 63.4 million kina into Papua New Guinea's sustainable forest management activities.
Bringing them to the park to actually see and walk and understand that this is the effort. It showcased the effort that we as a country have really put into it. Is and like I said, it showcased the natural conservation efforts that our people put in to ensure that despite funding or no funding, this is our livelihood, this is the forest, this is our culture.
The investment seeks to promote a virtuous cycle of emission reductions by promoting agroforestry, sustainable fuel wood and charcoal production, community pole and timber plantations, the restoration of natural forest, and more. The project will place special emphasis on social dimension, prompting benefit sharing, encouraging stakeholder engagement, and strengthening both local and national capacities. We now move on to the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2424 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2349 $0.3546 Australian dollars, $0.1917 euro, and 33.68 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, copra, palm oil and crude oil closed higher. Gold, coffee, cocoa and copper closed the day lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed the day higher as well. TV1 News continues when we return. Stay tuned. Welcome back. The Papua New Guinea women's 3x3 basketball team edged out Fiji in a tightly contested conference match, securing the win with a close 8 baskets to 7 yesterday. The match was played at stop 3 of Conference 1 in Koro, Palau, after placing second in the first 2 stops held on the 1st and 2nd of July. This win is recognized by FIBA as a gold medal performance and in global ranking points, though it does not contribute to the Pacific Mini Games medal tally. The women's team have 3 more conference games to go before the finals. Meantime, the men's team also competed strongly across all 3 stops, but narrowly missed out on a win. The FIBA 3x3 series is a development pathway for under-18 Pacific athletes, offering qualification opportunities for major events like the Youth Nations League and the 2026 Commonwealth Games. After a well-deserved bye week for the 12 franchise clubs, the PNG National Rugby League competition, the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup, resumes with round 12 this weekend, and the stakes are high.
With only 6 rounds remaining, the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup enters the second phase of the season, where every match is crucial. Fans can anticipate thrilling performances throughout Saturday and Sunday. Saturday at the Santos National Football Stadium in Port Moresby, a heated local derby is expected at 1 p.m. between the Money Plus NCDC Port Moresby Vipers and Guest Resources Central Dabaris. And at 3 p.m., the dark horse of the competition, PRK Gulf ISO, look to maintain their momentum against a struggling West New Britain Kimber Cutters. Also, on Saturday at 1 p.m. at the John Amban Oval in Minj, Jiwaka Province, the NPL Anga Mioks and PRK Mandi Muruks match is sure to be an intriguing clash as the Mioks attempt to unseat the competition leaders. At 3 p.m., the Groton Hella Wigmen take on Wapniga Mount Hagen Eagles, a blockbuster rematch of last year's Major Cup final. From the Highlands to the New Guinea Islands, East New Britain Agma Gurias host Lacenix Tigers at 2 p.m. at the Queen Elizabeth Park in Rabaul. The Gurias aim for a commanding performance against the second-ranked Tigers in what promises to be an intense encounter. The only game on Sunday will be hosted by the Bintanga Goroka Lahanis at the National Sports Institute in Goroka, Eastern Highlands Province. At 2 p.m., the Lahanis take on the Asila Wagi Tumbe. The Lahanis look to assert their dominance at home against an unpredictable Tumbe outfit to conclude round 12. This bye week has provided teams with the opportunity to regroup and strategize, setting the stage for what is anticipated to be an exhilarating and fiercely competitive second half of the season, with every match impacting the standings. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports.
Still in Rugby League, SP PNG Hunters head coach Paul Aiton defended that mid-season inclusion of Judah Rimbu, saying it wasn't the reason PNG lost its last game. Aiton said Rimbu's inclusion in the team does not disrupt the combination and rhythm of the team.
The PNG Hunters coach is furious about social media commentaries regarding the inclusion of Judah Rimbu in the starting side. Some commentaries accuse Rimbu of taking the starting spot at the expense of rising star Gairo Voro. Coach Paul Aiton had previously stated that Voro was rested as he had to work on some areas of his game. The SP PNG Hunters coach explained that Rimbu provides experience in the team and his inclusion does not disrupt the rhythm on the spine players.
I mean, it's people that watch. We have a lot of really good fans, and the ones that come and support us, and they stick with us through and through. These are the fans that win or lose, that they're there to support, and they understand. See, there's a lot of other fans that also think they're coaches, but they watch the game on the weekend and they make an assessment from an 80-minute game. We put hours and hours, and 12 hours a day here, whether watching video or the boys are training 2 hours a session. Where are they then? You know, they make comments. They make comments from sitting at home watching TV. I love our fans. I think they're great and they support us really well. But it's got to be a little bit of trust there. We want to win as well. You know, we want to win as a club. The players want to win as well. And I feel as though Judah's adding to our team. And I think he's going to share a lot of his experience with all the younger boys as well and the other middles. And he's not the reason why we lost, because there were some games we lost and he wasn't here, so I'm not sure who to blame for that.
The coach also commented on where his men went wrong in the last 3 defeats, 2 of which were at home, and their chances of playing finals football.
Yeah, well, I mean, we started off the season, I think we were second or third best defensive team in the competition, right up until Norths, I'd say, and then Norths, and then we had a short turnaround to Blackhawks, and we dropped a little bit from there. And I think that sort of also marks where we are in the season. You know, this is a very difficult competition, and to the emotion and the effort you have to rise and fall every week, it's pretty difficult. And you can't just come in and do that. You have to be seasoned for that. And I think hat off to the boys. I think they've carried themselves really well, considering the amount of inexperience that we have.
PNG Hunters are outside the top 6 with 6 wins from 13 matches played. They are in for a big match this Sunday against Townsville Blackhawks at the Santos National Football Stadium. Carol Kidu Jr., TV1 Sports.
Hooker Dave Parecki is back in the Wallabies starting 15 for the first time since the 2023 Rugby World Cup, where he captained Australia in a historic loss to Fiji. Parecki was named to face Fiji in Newcastle on Sunday in a forward pack that is missing Rob Valentini and Will Skelton, who both have calf injuries. Waratahs keeper Jake Gordon and Red Fly half Tom Lyon were also unavailable for selection as they work their way to full fitness. Starting at number 8, Harry Wilson has retained the Wallabies captaincy after leading the side on the Northern Hemisphere spring tour. The Wallabies are gearing up for their first test against the British and Irish Lions in Brisbane on July 19, but are aware Fiji could rock those preparations. And that's the sports news. We'll now have the weather forecast. Southern, Port Moresby, becoming cloudy with possible few showers and thunderstorm. Alotau, partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorm. Momase, Lae, becoming cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorm. Wewak and Vanimo, partly cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorm. New Guinea Islands, Rabaul, Kokopo, partly cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Lorengau, cloudy periods with occasional heavy showers and thunderstorms. Highlands, Mount Hagen, partly cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorm. Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, some showers with areas of rain and possible thunderstorm. Coral seas, seas rather rough to rough with east to southeast winds of 20 to 30 knots. Solomon Sea, seas moderate to patches rough with southeast to northeast winds of 15 to 25 knots. Bismarck Seas, seas smooth to slight with southeast to southwest winds of 5 to 15 knots. Pacific Ocean, seas smooth to slight with southeast to southwest winds of 5 to 15 knots. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Island to Port Moresby to Hood Point to Samarai Island, waters of Samarai Island to Cape Bogle and all Milimbe Islands, and waters of Finchafan through Vitia Strait to CSC Long Islands, seas 2 to 3 meters. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 1 to 1.5 meters. Waters of East New Britain to New Island to Bougainville, and waters of West New Britain, seas 0.5 to 1.3 knots. With that brings us to the conclusion of this edition of TV1 News. Thanks for joining us. Bye for now.